can't make some of this stuff up. This is a big mess of it. Oh, gosh. This is fresh from the OK well. And of course this is another instance of Kevin, oh, I don't think we should go. Of course he went anyways. And there was more fans there today than I've ever seen in that store ever.
All of which were worth taking.
Yeah, none of them were like junk. There's actually older stuff. This was probably the most valuable of them all.
So once again I was wrong, and I'm glad I was. I'll admit it. Moral of the story, never listen to me.
So this is a Sanyo 16-inch. It's a tri-speed oscillating fan. And I also have the 12-inch variant of this, which is of identical styling. So the lady was in fact wrong. It is a pretty big fan. I also have a 9-inch that's very similar, but it's not easily accessible for the video. But the story behind that was walking across the parking lot, you know, carrying a whole bunch of fans, which admittedly is a ridiculous sight. But there's some lady in the background. She yells out, "Not a big fan!" And I can only imagine she was talking about this one. Just, I don't know, she's stupid and dumb. I don't know. But we both heard the same word for word. So I'm pretty sure that's what she said. You know, why she said it, we may never know. But, you know, was it totally irrelevant? It could have been. But it was definitely one for the books, that's for sure.
There's no way that was a coincidence.
I don't think so.
What a stupid thing to say.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time I heard somebody say something stupid.
Yeah, like when I said, let's not go to the OK
Yeah,
well.
well. Anyways, the information tag is unfortunately missing. We'll grab the information off the other one. Just because some of this has been a reoccurring issue, so I take this and I put this up here, and then I can't turn it off. This is the information from the other one. Some of the information is the same. The made in Japan is the same. This is model EF12SP. The other one is probably EF16SP. And this is 0.35 amps. The other one's probably 0.8 or 0.9.
Oh, you think it's more than twice the amount?
Well, that's the,
it's,
the 16-inch ones on the Lasko are usually 0.9.
Oh, okay.
So if we assume it's the same OEM, which it might be, then it should be similar.
Boy, that ought to stir up a lot of controversy in the comments.
Yes, actually, we'll get to that. There is some controversy of what the OEM is of those Lasko Galaxy fans. So the problem is it's only like one or two people that say this, that they're of Sanyo OEM, but both people that say it are reputable people. So I feel like it's probably true, and there's definitely similarities both cosmetically and structurally between the two units. The Sanyo branded ones do seem to be a touch better quality, which would kind of make sense if they sell parts out to another brand that it wouldn't be quite as good. I don't know. These are made in Japan. These are probably some of the best quality oscillating fans of the era.
What do you think is better? Do you think this is better or Panasonic, based on your experience?
I have never worked on a 16-inch Panasonic, so I can't say. I'm not even sure I've worked on a 12. I have a couple KDKs, which I guess are similar to Panasonic. I would say probably these. These are just, I mean, they're so quiet. Kind of an interesting looking plug. It's non-polarized. This, I would say, probably dates back at least to the 80s. Although voltage is 119.3 the volts.
Wow, I feel a lot of air back here. I'm surprised.
You cannot argue with Japanese build quality. I don't know what the people over there, what kind of engineers, the materials, it's top notch. It's better than made in America. It's like better than made anywhere else.
I mean, this fan is probably 45 years old, and it works magnificently.
And it's likely never been oiled,
No.
never been cleaned. Although this one's not very yellow, so it probably was stored in reasonable conditions.
I mean, there's a pretty strong draft. I'm 10 feet away over here.
Yeah, it's traveling clear across the room and you can't even hear it.
Yeah, it's practically inaudible.
Made in Japan. And it's not taking much power either. It's only 0.28 to amps or 33 to watts. Power factor 98, so the cap should still be good.
Well, if it's a Japanese capacitor, not much of a surprise.
Yeah, no surprise there. I mean, look at the pitch on the blades. It's surprisingly out of clock, though. That doesn't seem like it's shaking that bad, though. Very good range and speed. You got the nice slow low, decent medium, and this will rip on high. That's 0.39 the amps, 47 the watts, power factor 1 on the nose.
Oh, wow.
Everything about these fans is just top quality.
That's so quiet on high.
Only 57 watts too, it's not much power. 0.5 the amps. I don't think this is running quite as fast as some of the Lasko Galaxy ones did. But this is moving a tremendous amount of air. This is moving more air than a modern Lasko 3733 with a fraction of the noise. In fact, I think a lot of these can even outperform some of the more reputable plastic crack screens over the years. Well, just for comparison purposes, since I have them right here, let's get the Lasko Galaxy and see what it is.
Where's the toilet paper tester?
It should be, it's over there.
Hold on, let me stand in front of the camera first so nobody can see me.
Make sure you can't see how much the toilet
Look
paper
at
is moving.
That's really whipping the air pretty strong.
Oh yeah.
See how the circulation works.
I'm sure it works perfectly.
Yeah, it's moving very fluidly.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
Probably one of the smoothest
Another
I've seen.
thing nice about using the microphones is you don't get all that wind noise in the camera.
I tried to put my hand in front of the microphone. I don't know if it helped.
It
But
probably did. You should put your hand in front of the lens.
yeah. So when I block, wow, that is strong.
Now, if we look at the motor vents, they are the same.
It looks like a Dayton.
Which is the same as Lasko,
Yeah,
which is
well,
the
that-
same as Galaxy, which is the same as Air King.
At least Sanyo put the metal clips for the guard rather than those moronic plastic ones that always fly away and break and get lost. And
Yes, that is a superior design for sure.
look at the spin down on that thing.
And again, likely never been serviced.
I'd be shocked if it was.
What happened to quality control? What happened? Did you notice if it was in good balance?
it shook a tiny bit as it was coming up to speed on low.
Oh, that's very reasonable. That's almost in perfect balance. I wouldn't even try to fix that anymore.
I guess the takeaway for me is if I ever see a Sanyo at a thrift store, grab it.
Yes, anything Sanyo is almost always a safe bet, except I don't particularly like their cordless phones, but the fan's excellent. By comparison, this is, I believe, rated for 0.9 amps. It is. So this might have a larger motor, probably of similar year of manufacture. I think we're going to find that this moves a little bit more air.
Wow, listen to that startup sound. Yeah, that's very strong.
Yeah, this is stronger.
I'd say it moves about 25 to 50% more air.
That is 84 the watt, so it is using a lot more power to do so. But you can tell just by the sound of it, that's a much more powerful fan. And it's shaking the whole table. This is horrifically out of balance.
Typical.
Typical Lasko, yeah. So was this one a better quality? 100% it was. Perfectly balanced blade, better power factor, quieter.
This is...
Now this one I think, this is definitely more powerful than most plastic 20-inch box fans, even the good ones.
I don't know, maybe 25% more.
It's not a huge difference.
This thing really...
There is a significant difference,
Yeah,
but
it's shaking quite a bit. I'm sure right now all you hear on the camera is...
I guess we should have been using the other camera to use the microphones.
Okay. So 80 watts versus 58 watt, 55 watts. That's a pretty considerable amount of difference.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at what you get, though.
Oh yeah, and you know, a newer Lasko 3733 draws more than 80 watts, and it doesn't move as much air, and it makes way more noise. So this is an intrinsically better fan.
I actually find it funny that Russ seems to be acquiring more and more fans lately.
Russ is a fan collector, whether he will admit it or not. You know, I caught him the other day. He was on Facebook Marketplace. He sends me a bunch of links. Look at all these cool box fans I found. Yeah, 100% a fan collector.
Well, I wonder if his excuse was, oh, I was looking for you next time I see you.
Yeah, right. He's looking for himself.
He actually might be looking for his daughter, because she seems to be interested in fans.
Well, she might as well be.
Look at that.
And I turned this one off first. That is so badly out of balance.
You turned it off first and you serviced it.
That has been serviced, yes, but I have to revisit it to balance it.
Piece, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is the Sanyo spins down slower. It runs at a slower speed, and it hasn't been serviced. That
Right.
I mean, really, you can't argue with that.
No, the quality of these, purely made in Japan, is unbelievable. Now these, I forget where these claim to be made. There's something broken inside there. This does not specify where it was made. I always thought these were claimed to be made in USA.
They likely were.
At least the Lasko ones were. Maybe the motor is Sanyo. I don't know what the correlation is. We may never know. But anyways, if you see a Sanyo fan, pick it up. They're the best. And this one is a big fan, which is ironic.